Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. You're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. So I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. Don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I just reloaded this game. And I'm skipping that. Okay, so today... Did I just get an achievement for loading up the game?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so we're gonna go left.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The heck? Oh, it's just like a picture of a leaf. That's of a mountain. I wonder if that's in Colorado or not. Because I think that... I don't know if that's the Rocky Mountains or not. Okay, that's like too small to be the Rocky Mountains, I bet. I'm stupid, okay?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Don't get fired.
He might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I can't believe they opened up the broom closet again. Okay, there's nothing that way. What's in here?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Look, okay, I do have anxiety, okay? Don't make fun of me. Can I, like, please not? I don't like calming new age music.
Soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, why did everything go dark? I clicked the top button and it decided to make me go down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, hold on. Controller vibe. Well, I don't... This is how subtitles will be displayed. I like it like that. Show color labels. Show content warnings. Oh, what?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But this one says escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Well, we don't know that. This is just never
The door
ending.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity
This
to
is just
turn
not
around
ending,
and
is
get
it?
back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh no. Oh no. Whee! Uh...
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
How did I survive that
Stanley
fall?
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Oh my gosh!
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Ah!
Farewell, Stanley.
Ah! Ah!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh god. That scared me.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
The Stanley Parable.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance,
These are the
death
game's
becomes meaningless,
credits.
making life
Whoa.
the same. Do you see
Pacing of the
now?
opening section
Do you
was
see
important
that
to get
Stanley
right.
was
The
already
squatter has been
dead
moved and
from the
altered to make
moment
sure the
he
player
hit
reaches the two
start?
doors in good time. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was just the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Nature paintings. There's the leaf. There's what I probably am incorrectly assuming is the Rocky Mountains. I've been to Colorado before. I can't tell if that's the Rocky Mountains, though. That's just water. Oh, there's a sign here. The two doors. The set of the two doors was a very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of contradiction this room posed. Okay, back here we have filing cabinets, we have office computers. Someone is trying to install Chart Pro. Someone here is playing Solitaire? Not Solitaire. Okay, what is that? Is it Solitaire? And then someone's just looking at the employee database. Ooh, look at this. We got all the credits. 22nd Century Toys Incorporated, LLC. Kevin Brighting as the narrator. He's the only... Well, who's the other voice? The Office. That's a TV show. Maintenance room, an early version of the maintenance room. From Michael M. Subjects and questions. How is this game? How is the game going? I hope it's good or better than the first one. From a cool man. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to emailed the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these for their promotional materials, never found a perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. What is this strange number? Can you tell me the significance of 1112800 is? Well, the thing I want to know is what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? Okay, I'm gonna write down that number. Hold on. Salvador Dali. Oh, on a scale from of Max Ernst to Salvador Dali, something about the game. Someone was just really congratulating. So it's 1112800. All right. Just in case that number is important. We got the office, an early version of the lounge. We've got the cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. The apartment timer. The previous version, the choice leading to the apartment, the timer would give you 50 seconds to pick up the phone, noting not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Ah, that's cool. The cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. This is the next way to go. I don't even know what I'm doing. Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways since the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, and ultimately is the simplest version that won out. Obey. Disobey. One doorway to maintenance into the lounge. To maintenance in the lounge. Two doorways to maintenance. One doorway to maintenance in the lounge, and the original back on track option. And then what about this? Vent! Meeting room. What's this? Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it shortly before launch. Game is now paused. Begin the game again. The escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Ooh, what's this? The Zending levers. These levels were originally a part of this ending. The players would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Never mind, that's an exit. We'll go this way. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Yeah, this game is like 8 years old. Somewhere around that. 45. Countdown disc. One of the discs from an early version of the Countdown ending. Monitor room elevator. For a long time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it was too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and placed the two endings together instead. The countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. I'm not escaping. You can't make me escape. Freedom ending. This is the first iteration of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. What's over here before we move on? There's like so many rooms. game design mock-up. This is the level that William the Lover designer sent Davey the writer as a kind of option piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game, but much of the environment has changed. The basic layout for this mock-up is still in the game. Oh, it's the player's room! Left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in 2011, second in 2012, and third in 2013. It looks like 2012 and 13 aren't really that different. Okay, we're back here. So then I guess we go this way. Let's just led in a big circle. Office clock. What does this lead to? Ah! Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Wow, that looked really... Oh, it looked really barren in those into, but then it looks really good in the middle one. The lounge? Underground. An earlier version of the underground portion of the game. Mind control facility. And narration outtakes.
All of his co-workers. Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button push? See how it's impossible.
Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from the early takes that were not used in the final game.
Unintuitively, if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. Stood on the but of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you.
Well, I guess then we've got nothing else to do but to exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Uh-oh.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I died. No.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not coming to a staircase.
I won't be part of this. I'm not coming to a set of
his
stairs.
boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Oh, well, thanks for that. What if this time I do press escape? And then we'll do another ending.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
It's not happening.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and
I definitely
confront his death.
I know what's going to happen. Because I've seen it! Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I never even clicked those buttons. Okay, so let's Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up in a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that this was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Alien base. Awesome. Oh yeah, that's that. Where is it that I'm wanting to go to get out of here? I think it's right here. Yeah.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No,
I don't need anyone.
perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit.
Push escape and press quit. Okay. I did it. I did it. That was a waste of time.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay, let's
Perhaps
finally
simply missed a memo.
go the right path.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And it's going to tell me, oh, so you can go upstairs.
There was not a single
talk
person
less.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Oh,
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We're going so fast. Oh look, it already opened it
Here's
for
the
me.
door. Just go.
It just opened it for me. Okay, I promise this time we're going the right way. Okay? It didn't even make me watch that again.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Are you sure? I walked through this strange door that read Mind Control Facility. Maybe I walked through Escape. Not again. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go this way.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Whoa.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
What is that? Is that just a whole bunch of, like, numbers or something?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
247, I think I'm at. Am I employee 247? So if that's the case, that should be my room. But I don't know. Oh, 227, I think is what I'm at. Employee 227, I think is where I am. I honestly can't tell.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under
one's
someone's
employee
control
number
all this
1.
time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life
Oh, that
in
one's glitched
someone
out.
else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Mind control status
labeled
offline.
with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Just 1, 2. Ooh, hold on. There's numbers. So let me click 1, 2. Let me click this again. 2 and 3 should be back here. Now where's 4? So I know where 5 is. Where's 4? I don't think it's in there. think that's it. I think that might be it. But how do I get up there? How do I get up there? I'll just move on then, I guess.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
But could I make decisions on my own?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Oh, that's not what I thought would happen.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
Oh,
nuclear
shoot.
detonators are sent to explode,
Oh,
eliminating
no.
the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing
didn't
buttons
do anything.
endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
Okay, so I need
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around
3
will
dark
be
blue
even
buttons?
better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Uh-oh.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing
put
instead of
green.
watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge.
Oh.
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a...
Oh, no.
No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count.
No.
It's all the same to me.
No.
Part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever.
Oh. Um. Uh. Um.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I don't know what I did. I didn't know what to do. It's this video.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Probably.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
We're gonna
Stanley
turn this off.
decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another.
Um.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Oh, that just kind of scared me a little bit.
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking,
is the freedom ending.
but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life
We're almost
he lives,
free.
it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Taking our step outside.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Beat the game. We did it. We beat the Stanley Parable.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh. New content, huh? We're gonna check this out next time. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 2 of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I think that was everything that was in the original game, and now what we're doing now is completely new stuff that was added in the Ultra Deluxe edition. So yeah, we're gonna take on the Ultra Deluxe edition's new content. I don't know how to survive the detonation ending. I might look it up in between episodes, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time.